I met Debbie back in 1985. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and I know she was looking for someone to play piano for her. So I met her at the time, and we went on the road together for 30 plus years. And I think I've played that song more than anyone has ever played that song. I loved every minute of it. Probably the most requested song would be Tammy, but after that, Singing in the Rain, which she was really well known for in 1951, her movie debut. Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. When Debbie was coming up, after her high school graduation from Burbank High School, she attended what she referred to as the MGM University with her other friends, Elizabeth Taylor and all these other stars that were there. And they really taught her how to do everything. They taught her how to be a star, how to get out of a car, how to greet the public, how to sign an autograph. Everything was taught. And she had a real appreciation for her audience, always. That's why you notice if you have an autograph of Debbie Reynolds, it's absolutely perfect. She took everyone seriously and every fan seriously. That was out of respect, and that was what she was taught at MGM. For I'm content, the angels must have sent you, and they meant you just for me. She was very close to her own family, of course, Carrie Fisher and her son Todd, but her show business family was super important to her, and when I came on board, that was really apparent. We oftentimes took up an entire floor of a hotel together, and we kept all the doors open. And everyone would just go in, and we'd visit with each other, and she'd love to stay up all night. And sometimes the next day we'd be a little groggy, but it was all worth it. This melody that never sets me free. You know, one of the great things about Debbie is that she truly lived to make other people happy. That's what her whole life was about. And nothing, in my mind, brings that to light more than a night we had in Denver, Colorado years ago. There was a hotel that we used to stay at religiously called the Oxford Hotel. And one night we were staying there, and there was a fire drill about 2 o'clock in the morning, and they emptied out the entire hotel onto the street. Finally they said, well, fire drill's over, everybody back in the hotel. So we all piled back in, but Debbie stood there and started yelling at everyone, don't go back to your rooms, everybody into the bar. And the entire hotel went into the bar, and until 6 o'clock in the morning we did an ad-lib impromptu concert for this unsuspecting audience. One of the great nights we've ever had on the road. You know, another one of the great things that happened during all the years I spent with Debbie is we got to play some of the greatest venues on the planet. I remember we did the Oprah Winfrey Show during Oprah's final season when there was a tremendous viewership. I remember we did the Boston Pops on the 4th of July in 2001. That was really, really thrilling. There were 500,000 people at the performance live and 43 million watching live on television. We went to London back in 2010. The promoter called and said, Debbie, they will love you in London, but they won't stand up there. They just very much appreciate what you do, but don't expect standing ovations. And we played for 5 weeks all over the UK, including 2 weeks at the Apollo in London, and there wasn't a performance where everyone wasn't on their feet at the end. We also played the Sydney Opera House, one of the most beautiful places we've ever played. The year before, we did a tour in New York City and played at the Cafe Carlyle, the famed cabaret room at the Hotel Carlyle. And look out and see so many iconic faces from show business. You have Woody Allen and Liza Minnelli and all these people sitting there, and Diana Krall was sitting right behind me one night. It was really, really a thrill. So those are the moments I'll really remember. Part of Debbie's style as a performer was a sense of generosity that she always took in every show, and she was more than happy to take her co-performers and let us do our thing. And I had a lot of fun in the show when she asked me to play a little bit of George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. We didn't realize it at the time, but Debbie's last performance was on August 14th of 2015. We were in New York, and she had an engagement on Fire Island. And it was actually a perfect way for her to end her career because she was so beloved by that particular audience. They were just adoring of her performance, and afterwards they were so thrilled to meet her. We had a great reception afterwards, and it was just one of the real great performances we've ever had, and it was wonderful that she ended that way. It was perfect. Is that she was always very generous in letting you know how she felt about you and showing her appreciation. And I was so lucky that she gave me a physical memento of our relationship with a beautiful photograph that she signed to me. Best possessions that I've ever had in my life.